one person, Maria. One person that you know. But you don't know every therapist.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I'm not everybody's professional, but I mean...
Exactly.
But
so you stop defending her. We're not talking about her now.
I'm not talking about her also.
I'm talking about my
her.
cousin therapist who tells people stories.
Lend an ear and join us every morning, all the time.
I listen all day, every day.
I don't know. I'm just addicted to it.
But Maria, I'm also family of yours. Dis is nie familie nie.
Jy het gister vir ons gesê ons is broers.
Hallo.
Hoe sê sy vir ons is nie
thank
familie
you.
nie. Very good.
Yeah.
No, I've said you're family zoned.
Nee.
You just said we are not family. You are a Kwanyama.
It's my brother.
The Morning Mix.
Starting your day with a bang. You are listening to Namibia's best radio station, Informanté Radio.
LifeSave guarantees the growth of an individual's savings over a period of time. With guaranteed 8.5% compound interest rates per year, making your money work for you has never been this easy. SMS LifeSave to 31844. LifeSave, underwritten by Trusco Life.
The views and opinions expressed on the radio program by the guests, advertisers, news bulletins, call-in listeners or chatters are solely the views and opinions of the source who express them. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the views of Trusco Group International, the broadcast regulators in Namibia, or that of the Informanté radio station. This is Informanté Radio, the sound for a new age.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9, Monday to Fridays.
The Morning Mix.
Emil on the mic.
I'm just tryna get my dollar. I'm just tryna get my dollar. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Nayonda haro simariwe. Cheyopa haro simariwe. Ndulupa haro simariwe. Mixopa haro simariwe. I wanna be the greatest. I wanna be the greatest. How can I be the greatest if you won't pay me my money? How can I be the greatest if you won't pay me my money? Futo mula yange. Top cherry what futo mula yange. 'Cause I work for my money, so you give me my money. I'm just tryna get my dollar. I'm just tryna get my dollar. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Nayonda haro simariwe. Cheyopa haro simariwe. Ndulupa haro simariwe. Mixopa haro simariwe. I'm just tryna get my money. Please forgive my attitude. Wasi minota shitengo malu. 1 + 1 = 2. We don't perform for no exposure. Shut your exposure. Kaina fiku yeto kuria. Getting my money, I ain't here for no beef. Nandanda kalandi telege mo con beef. And if you hating, boy, you better take a seat. Talk to the what Mr. Andrew wanna be. I'm just tryna get my dollar. I'm just tryna get my dollar. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Nayonda haro simariwe. Cheyopa haro simariwe. Ndulupa haro simariwe. Mixopa haro simariwe.
Ondara ojimaliwa andizilongele nudini futa futa ondaja koma futa. I'm looking for money.
I'm just tryna get my dollar. I'm just tryna get my dollar. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Itinye wakini my shoulder. Nayonda haro simariwe. Cheyopa haro simariwe. Ndulupa haro simariwe. Mixopa haro simariwe.
Ame, amondaharo chimaliwa shanki. Otate Andrew on the beat. okuri kuna top cherry na pager ovati dollar non dakaro chimali yashange orichanti kuri penya
Boy, ove mwambo po.
Soek me zak me bro.
Ove mwambo.
Soek me zak.
Jy soek jou zak.
You know, I came so prepared. Please close the doors. I came so prepared. Ik heb met dat speed point gekomen. Just to make sure.
Het je gehoord wat sê Cubase? He came with a speed point.
Just in case you don't have cash on you. You already know most of
we must sign a payment agreement. $100 every month for 10 months. It's tough economically.
Ro Vieira last night, he tagged me and Cubase in a post. I think he was commenting on the US elections and he said, never... Cubase kry sy zak môre.
Hy het mos gesê hy soek wat? Hy soek 'n six-pack Heineken.
Ja.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the morning mix here on Informanté Radio. Maria, Neville, as well as Cubase. As always, we're here to keep you company for the next hour and a half. Let's quickly touch on the coronavirus numbers in Namibia. At the moment, yesterday we reported 16 new cases. Our active caseload keeps dropping. We are at 1,593 as we speak. No new deaths are recorded. 11,344 recoveries, and of course, the total caseload at the moment stands at 13,046. Yeah, like I said, 16 new cases that we reported yesterday. Right, the pandemic is still around us, so just take all the necessary precautions to protect yourself and protect those around you. And I don't really think there's much more to be said on the coronavirus at the moment.
Except that the whole of Europe seems to be going into another lockdown.
Like 5 week lockdowns in most of the European countries at the moment. So
I think Germany,
England, France, Spain. It's the I mean, they're going through their winter now.
Sorry, is it not cold? I'm wearing a blazer.
Kijk for now. Hou hom eers aan. When I start, then you will know.
So that's the cue.
That's the cue.
Okay.
Sorry, I was as you're reading the stats, I was mumbling here to I know how you hate that, but I just saw this Joe Biden speech in 1986.
Ons kom daar.
Can I, but I'm saying, can I play it and then we talk about it?
No, but we have other things to do also.
Sports. Ek wil nie Manchester gaan los. I don't want to get into the sport. Ons is nou moeg vir sports.
Ons het nou gedoen. Coronavirus. Then we do sport.
Sports is Vrydag. Los daai goed.
Elke dag is Champions League. Then we do Biden. And then we do the topic of the day.
Okay, kom. Ja. Spreek microfoons aan.
Ja.
Right. Let's get Maria's misery out of the way. Manchester United in action in Group H last night in the capital of Turkey, Istanbul, against Başakşehir or whatever the team's name is.
How come is on so?
Hoe bedoel jy?
These no-name teams, no-name brands.
Turkish delight.
What is that?
It's like a chocolate.
You know what I mean?
It's come on, no-name team. It's like Pick and Pay, no-name brands.
Manchester, I promise you will even lose against this Kaiser Chiefs.
Okay, no, jy gaan ver nou.
Nee, ernstig.
Jy gaan nou baie ver.
Hierdie klein spannetjies.
Hey, amakosi. Hey.
Dit maak my baie kwaad.
Naturena.
At this stage, they don't even play against Ramblers.
I didn't even know Demba Ba still plays football, but apparently he plays for whatever this Istanbul team is.
That beat United last night.
Yes. He scored the first goal. United lost 2-1.
Yeah.
They went behind 2-0 before Anthony Martial pulled one back. But in any case, also in Group H, another interesting result. PSG, or rather RB Leipzig, coming from 1 goal down to beat Paris Saint-Germain 2-1. So this group seems it's wide open at the moment. Group G also in action last night. Barcelona with a narrow win against Dynamo Kiev at the Camp Nou.
What was I score?
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, another Messi penalty, still no goal from open play this season. Juventus also in action last night.
Ag net gou. Ai, jy's vinnig. Yeah, I watched the first half.
The Barca match.
The Barca match.
Ek het nie gekyk nie.
So, and I wanted to text you to say, "Oh, my bro, no kyk jy of wat ook al," because it's Dynamo Kiev, ne?
Yeah.
They had quite a good game last night. After Messi scored the penalty, but they really dominate a lot of segments of the game.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the fact that there's no crowds, no supporters, this is Camp Nou. I'm telling you, it's really affecting the. I do think that it's at this level that it's affecting the play.
I also think so.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are you? I mean, they have to learn to deal with it.
Who scored the second goal?
The second goal was scored by Gerard Piqué.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to catch up to Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
All right. Juventus beat Ferencvaros 4-1 away also last night.
I watched a little bit of that game. What I loved about it again, it was an away game for Juventus, but there was a crowd, and the ambience and the everything. It was so cool to watch.
That must have been nice. And het CR gespeeld?
Nee, CR is nog.
Is hij nog positief?
Nee, nou goed, maar hij heeft niet gespeeld.
But I think he played over the weekend. But in any case, in Group F, Borussia Dortmund beating Club Brugge by 3-0. And then the early kickoff was, of course, Zenit St. Petersburg against Lazio. That one ended in a 1-1 draw. Sevilla came from 2 goals down to beat Krasnodar 3-2 at home last night. That was from Group E, and Chelsea also beating Champions League debutants, yes, Rennes, by 3-0. So those are your Champions League results from last night.
Is there not maybe netball results that we can also get into? There must be netball somewhere there.
There's netball playing today.
Okay. I think at some point we may just agree that we'll do sports only on Monday, except if Manchester wins during the week. Then we can talk about it. But in all fairness, Maandag is genoeg. We talk about what happened over the weekend as klaar as kan ons vorentoe probeer.
There's no games during the weekend with this new schedule.
You moet baie sterk wees.
Look, there are too many of this Bush League soccer fixtures for tonight to run through them. I just know teams.
Sorry, what did you say?
Arsenal.
What did you just say? What did you just say?
Bush League. Bos Legamos.
Jy sien ons het na begin met mekaar vanoggend.
You guys are playing against Molde. Wie is Molde? From which country is Molde?
Kan ek gou kom?
It's those no-name teams that Maria was talking about earlier.
Is ons by die huis of is ons?
Julle is by die huis, ja.
Shines kry lekker.
Ja,
Môre Shines.
Somebody say they want to see Shines.
There is a 10 o'clock kickoff and then.
Kaloy says they will for Shines see.
Kaloy, ay, hoor my Kaloy. Shines. Kom gou man, laat die mense jou tog sien.
Hy lyk na Kaloy. You have to see Shines. Yeah. Just come show your face.
I mean, if I was into men, you would be my type today. Ja, jy lyk na Kaloy.
He looks very formal today, Kaloy. Yeah. Jy sê jou van regte manne. Ja.
Oh, dis ook Kaloy Boegter. Kaloy nou, ek het ook tog 'n hemp aan asseblief. Yes.
Hulle kan maar dieselfde outfit aan. Ek sien julle al klaar besig in die kom.
Jy weet is geslap.
Ek moenie jy begin nie asseblief.
Is reeds Mummy's night gewees. Wat jy gaan kabaza.
Maria, los my dit asseblief.
Wat was jy?
Speel jou video, los my dit.
Okay, results are still pouring in from the US elections. That's where we turn our attention to now swiftly. As it stands, we've got Joe Biden standing at 264 electoral college wins. Donald Trump still the 214 that basically at the end of the show yesterday he was sitting with. Remember, it's 270. You need at least 270 electoral college votes.
6 more
to win the presidency.
Votes. Yes. He's the president.
Basically, I mean, Joe Biden was really gunning for Pennsylvania, but as it stands now, I mean, he could just win Nevada and lose Pennsylvania and still win the presidency. So
But we're going to take this to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. But we also need to remember a lot of red states have not been counted.
There are a couple of states where Trump is leading.
Couple.
Which are his stronghold?
They're Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. Still have to come in. 16 electoral college votes for Georgia, 15 for North Carolina, and 20 for Pennsylvania. Quite a large chunk of electoral college. Alaska is also still out. Donald Trump is leading healthily, almost double what the amount of votes that Joe Biden has managed to garner in Alaska. So that's another 3 electoral college votes potentially for the incumbent president. It's interesting. But as it stands, I do not see a way back for Donald Trump to the presidency. I don't know what you guys think.
No, he's definitely not winning.
Ik begin like Maria se laggetjie. Maria se like
I hope. Ik lach wat Kaloy sê. Kom maar, Shines, come fix the camera.
Shaisa, boy Joe. What is your story? Nee,
Let's come show us. He like toch man, Shines.
You guys are making the boy shine. Hey, don't be shy.
Shines, so you're shy.
Why shall I shine? More, come.
More.
Oh, wie Maria GT mandiri ni so va.
Oh man.
So, in short,
We
it
kind of
looks like Donald Trump would be the 4th president in the history
Don't
of...
take a bet. I said Biden was going to win.
Don't talk about bets. If you're talking about bets, talk to me.
Yeah, but I think that they said that I bet met Tom Pama. So he needs to give me the money so that I can give you the money. Because he was saying Trump is going to win.
Trump is going to
To
win.
say, kom ons bet.
Nee, ek het nie 'n bet met jou gemaak nie.
It's a
So, waar? Ja.
See how people are reneging on their word.
We are
in
backtracking.
the studio.
We both of us are backtracking.
Es kom julle nie tender screen. Sword hy goed.
Trump is the 4th president in the history of the United
One
States who can only sit for one term.
Who would only sit for one term.
Yeah, I also think it will happen to Biden.
Yeah, but for him it will be for different reasons, probably.
For health reasons.
But I think he did say if he ran for president, he would only stand for one term. He did say that even before the campaign.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just need Trump gone. So anyway, can I play this? I was listening to this very nice
You need to give
galvanizing. Yeah, I will. This galvanizing speech that Joe Biden gave when he was a senator. It was made in 1986, and it was regarding apartheid. Okay, so I'm just going to play a little bit of it, but just it kind of.
Okay. I first need to say.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who do. I'm not an American. None of us are Americans here. But we try to look at things in the American election as very objective. There are certain people, certain Namibians who are staunch Trump supporters.
Yes.
There are Biden supporters. What sort of made me sort of warm to Biden was when I saw that speech a few months ago.
Yeah.
And this was his plea towards his country when it comes to the issue of apartheid in South Africa. Probably the release of Nelson Mandela, etc., etc. But it's very interesting to listen
It's
to.
very self-explanatory. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't go too much
Yeah.
into it. But let me just play a little bit of it.
What disturbs me more than the policy that you call a policy is the rationale for the policy. The rationale for the policy. You set out 4 principles that you adhere to, and then and I will go over them in a moment. Then you say on page 14, we must not become part of South Africa's problem. We must remain part of their solution. We must not aim to impose ourselves, our solutions, our favorites in South Africa. Damn it, we have favorites in South Africa. The favorites in South Africa are the people who are being repressed by that ugly white regime. We have favorites. Our loyalty is not to South Africa, it's to South Africans. And the South Africans are majority black, and they are being excoriated. It is not to some stupid puppet government over there. It is not to the Afrikaners regime. We have no loyalty to them. We have no loyalty to South Africa, to South Africans. And the fact of the matter is I listen to this rationale, first of all. It is the leaders of South Africa and their people, black and white, who have the majority responsibility. They must rise to it. Well, they are rising to it. They're rising to it. The only thing left available to them with that repulsive, repugnant regime of Afrikaners there. And it's the only way they have. They tried everything for the last 20 years. They begged, they borrowed, they crawled. And now they're taking up arms. The second thing, progress toward peace requires a timetable. Timetable, elimination of apartheid. What's our timetable? What are we saying to that repugnant regime? Are we saying you've got 20 days, 20 months, 20 years? We ask them to put up a timetable. What's our timetable? These people are being crushed. And we're sitting here with the same kind of rhetoric. The same thing we heard. We heard go slow. We heard we have to take care of the problem afterwards. We heard we can't impose.
You are totally misconstruing.
Anyway.
Furthermore, Senator, let me say that I hate to hear a senator of the United States calling for violence.
I'm not calling
for violence. That's what you're doing.
I hate
I
hate to hear an administration and a Secretary of State refusing to act on a morally abhorrent point. I hate to hear this country. I'm ashamed that this country puts out a policy like this that says nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. So that was it. Don't we like him a little bit more now?
He's obviously 77 years old. He's slower. But I think what he represented there is probably what we need to judge him on. And something compared to Mr. Trump, who filled out a full-page advert in the New York Times in, I think, 1992 or 1993 for the Central Park 7. Boys who were completely innocent of raping a woman in Central Park. He advocated for the death penalty, and up until today, of course, he doesn't apologize for anything.
He doesn't take responsibility for anything.
He was good, I guess, for the economy of America.
How?
I don't know. Do you know I'm saying this in jest? It's because this is what people believe in.
No.
That he has done a lot for the economy of America. I still...
It still begs. There is some truth to it.
But the trajectory started with Obama.
The economy was rising when he inherited it. I mean, at least keeping it on a rising trajectory was like the minimum requirement. So I don't get why they are bragging as if they did anything special.
I think what he did was more for the business community, you know.
He cut taxes for the rich.
Yeah, exactly. So that's...
And that was a burden on the middle class and the poor. So
there you go.
I mean, I guess if you're rich, you can't complain, but, you know. Yeah. All right, now... Does anybody want to talk about the possibility of Trump refusing to leave office? He has made it pretty clear that he's not just going to go.
We are going to... Come on, as if I'm American. They are going to drag him out by his wig. Anyway.
Like, look, I mean, we joke about it, but this is something that could really cause unrest in the States. I mean, we even saw businesses boarding up their places because of fear of, you know, some sort of unrest that could spring up in the wake of the election. So... And he's serious about, you know, fighting.
But in all fairness, I don't think he's got the power to take the White House hostage He doesn't have
No.
that power. Doesn't have that mandate.
Yes. Trump, he doesn't have to leave office until January. I think the inauguration is
Yes.
normally in January.
22nd of January.
Between now and January, Trump's still in that White House.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
He
I
can
think
keep us
he'll
entertained.
galvanize his supporters who are not afraid of being violent.
Yes.
We've seen that in the past. I think that's the only fear about the unrest.
Yeah.
But I think the state can. I think they can mitigate those factors.
The
I'm not
situation.
too concerned about it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a first world country. It's a free country. They have policies in place. He will try to make it difficult, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's fair to say that Trump will definitely.
Yes. I mean, I don't think he's going to be the fall of the democracy that America is. I think one way or another they're going to get him out of office. But I mean, at what cost? There is going to be a cost because he's like a petulant child. He's not just going to go.
Yeah. But he has to think about the future.
I remember even at
What future?
At some point,
It's for him.
No, I mean, if he doesn't leave, when he eventually gets out, he can be charged.
No, of course he can.
he's going to get charged for. I mean, this
Yeah.
is somebody who paid $750 in
They're gonna
taxes.
come.
That's more
They're
than
gonna come for his taxes.
That's why he's-
more than I pay in taxes here in Namibia, and that's a billionaire.
Yeah, that's why he
supposedly.
doesn't want to leave because he knows it's a lot of African leaders don't want to leave because if they leave, they're gonna face the
you
barrel
people-
of the gun.
You people are so unfair towards Trump. I mean, this man promised that he will introduce a new health plan.
Nonsense. It's
He's
coming.
been lying about that health plan.
It's coming. It's been
The
coming in
wall.
a week, ne?
Yeah.
It's been coming in a week for such a long
Yeah,
time.
in a week's time.
Yeah. Brand
Oh,
new,
yeah.
much better than Obamacare. But an interesting thing is also one of the narratives that did come up in before elections during the campaign season. Still, some pundits who were suggesting that Trump could possibly threaten America with their state secrets.
Ay mukuru.
Luister, so if you guys want me to go, I'm going straight to Putin. I know where all the bodies are.
Trump is een zo Siri. Ken je toch die ouwens nee? Karatura soccer. 5 omdraai, 10 uur rij.
Ja.
Hij loopt voor. Is 5-3. He's ahead. If the other team starts scoring, nou is het 8-5. Ouwens, geef mij bal terug, nee.
Ik ga niks toe.
Ons gaan eens toe.
Nee, ik vergeet.
Geef net mijn bal. We're not playing anymore. Het is klaar. Het is klaar. That's where we are.
Je was ook zo.
Nee, I never had the ball because I was one of those kids who could never afford the ball.
Ja.
Ik ga spelen maar Sam.
Als ons het altijd alles gespeeld, né? Dan ga ik met alles voor die mensen. Dus ik zie dat met alles wordt gaat. Zeg ik zoek me alles terug.
Je hebt ook alles gespeeld, Maria. Ik zoek mij alles terug. That's typical.
Game over.
Game over.
Zal ik me alles verloren.
This is a man who obviously, through the years, who's been involved in frivolous lawsuits.
Yeah.
And who seem to have lost about 80% of these lawsuits. And it is the president of law and order.
Yeah.
And he's going to take on the law now.
And I mean, it's
let's see what
it's
happens.
the whole reason why they even wanted to make sure they stack. They get a super majority on the Supreme Court.
Yes.
I mean, 6-3 is the way the court is leaning now.
Hey, mooi gespeeld.
Yeah, so in the conservative, in favor of the conservatives, of course. So I guess he thinks if he goes to court, people like Brad Kavanaugh and I love beer. You remember? I love beer. And Amy Coney Barrett and these people are going to vote, of course, in favor of the Republican. I don't even want to call him president anymore.
In the famous words of Tate Usko, Ningeni utale? Ningeni utale? Kom mak lato zien.
I just lees gewoon een paar comments before we move on.
Yes,
Chena Nambwa saying, balance us quick here. Hoe kom gaan onze frequencies op vakantie elke dag, Cubase?
Wie is dat?
Is Tena Nambwa. Is er niet
Is
12?
het-
Ons
is
het dan
het weer
gister
niet 12?
gecheckt, die ding speel. Luister nee, ek is nou convinced Julle Keetmans hopers gaan klim op die toring en
Julle
gaan
is
karren met
julle.
die ding.
Julle tena number.
Alright, but like, thanks for letting us know though. We are definitely gonna try and see what the problem is to resolve it once and for all. But we did have it back on last week. As you said, I'm not in Keetman, so I'll take your word for it.
Hey, nak baby fears cheap.
Oh.
Los vir Agaba uit.
Ja, kom Q Neville Bason sal Agaba afklim as sy tyd kom. Of gaan die votes weer genok word?
Hey, los die toppie uit.
But the good thing is that, President Geinkop is not going to run for another term. Constitutionally, his 2 terms
Second term, yeah.
This is his 2nd term. So
What do you mean the good thing? What do you mean the good thing is?
I mean,
Wat bedoel jy? Huh?
Point me to
He said what he said.
Point me to something he has done. Don't worry, I'll wait. Davu Nunyango, if he doesn't win, he should just take head held high and walk away. I hate sore losers.
Asseblief, Cubase, ons soek nog ons attenders. This is unbecoming of you.
Yeah.
No.
No more.
I'm going to
gaan
leave.
apply ons. Wat ons gaan sê, aren't you part of the morning mix? Dan word ons maar in dieselfde
I do not
basket ingegooi.
I do not advocate for corruption. I want to get a tender on merit. Not because I am a nice guy and I've been saying all these compliment things.
No, I want to get a tender because I'm a nice guy.
No, because
And because I know the right people.
at the expense of somebody who actually can do the job.
We can also do the job.
On the job learning on the job.
You see, right?
Wat is hierdie man se probleem?
That is why we will never. Okay, let me not say never. Never maybe it's too strong a statement. It's going to take a long time for us to root corruption out of our society. And I'm not saying government here. Out of our society, because you have all normalized it. Not you, all of us. We have normalized it. Corruption is the regular part of the day now. You're paying off traffic officers, you're paying off security guards, we are paying
now
off.
You're getting very personal.
It's corruption. And then we want to turn around and say, government, it's us.
Why you have to talk about traffic officers being paid off here in the studio? Why?
Yeah, but
Why?
I even skipped the ticket this morning. I'm just playing. I don't even drive. That's a ticket, so I come skip. All right, let's not get sidetracked, man. Namibia has a corruption on salad anfat anadag. Not today. Not today.
I wish this is a time so I wish I could whistle.
So you can niet letting.
It's like
that's what I want to do now.
If you pay me my $1,000, I can teach you how to whistle.
Ek het gesê, Neville moet my eers my geld.
Kyk hoe word Neville even in my stories ingebring.
I
have no deal with Neville. My deal is with Mary.
Rooi kappie in die verhaal. Because I'm not even part of the story.
Jy was slim om in die bed off air. Son is smart. He didn't do it on air. He did it off the camera. Baie slim, man. That's what I'll do next time.
Bokas is saying, more, Trump must come and start his party here in Nambia and challenge Swapo.
But I see, as bad as Trump is doing now, people saying that even ZANU-PF might overtake him now. in the US elections. Mnangagwa is it's like you have Biden, then you have Mnangagwa, and then you have Trump.
It's in the US elections.
In the US elections, yeah.
Yeah. Trump will burn the White House down. He will say it's not over, though it's over. It's like we're going to the court. Like between now and January, it's probably going to be some of the most interesting months in our time, especially if the results remain the way they are now.
Then the numbers is Q-based J snitch. I don't know your month.
But it's true. It's a conversation we need to have, guys. I mean, that's what they say. It's harder to root out corruption in any society once it becomes a normal part of life. So it's going to be difficult for us as a country. Bernard Mbongora Nawasep. Americans, that Biden speech sounds exactly the same as the one they did for Libya And then they went to Libya and messed it all up.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Before we continue, there's somebody asking about the frequency for the coast. It's
103.3.
103.3.
Yeah, bo. 103.3. Roviera saying, niks. Laat kom en by my Zula kom mos. Is daar nie rich aunties en keetmans nie? Maria, gee ek jou se zak. Ja, man, tell her.
Can I give Monopoly money?
Ron is my boy. He's been ending every comment with Maria, gee ek jou se zak.
I can also give it in Kwanzas.
I will bring my EFF people here. Pay back the money.
Okay, I actually have $1,000 in Kwanzas.
Pay back the money. No.
How much is 1,000 kwanzas?
$100.
In Namibian dollars. Gee die man.
Ja, ek sal hom in Kwanza gee.
Ja, gee hom kwanza.
Kwanza is mos 10,000 wat ek moet kry.
Ek weet.
Maar nie nou. Or give me $1 million.
And $10, I'll give you a whole wheelbarrow.
Not even Zimbabweans want $10. Ndavo Nunyango, Trump is only 3 years younger. There is not much difference there. They are both old topies.
The oldest in the history of US elections. In fact.
Cubase net six-pack castle sal werk met die bed money.
Baie dankie Kaloy. Kaloy sê never gee meer as sy geld. You see, because Kaloy understands that for me to fulfill my debt, I must first get my money. Yeah.
Janice is coming here with...
Ek hou nie van die vrou nie.
Sien jy? Janice kom nou hier met haar legal nonsense, nee. Sy sê, Maria, hou die geld. Hy het nie gesê wanneer jy moet betaal nie. There was no agreement on when you must pay. So, yeah. It's like, I'll pay you.
Baie dankie. I love that the girlies have my back.
Ek soek net a honey. I was always behind Q. All right, guys. Let's quickly touch on maybe not quickly, but let's talk about the actual issue that we wanted to touch on today. Me, I don't want to give context, guys, man.
Okay.
So Neville, kom spring jy daarin.
So Mr. Lucky Governor Maurits O'Lakes, as we affectionately know him.
Lucky boy.
Lucky boy. He's
Not
related
so
to. He's related to.
Toch is sy suster se.
Nee, ai, toch, wag toch, Maria.
Nie konteks gee nie.
Nee, wat is die ou se naam toch?
Jericho.
Jericho.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Jericho's uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a family I've known for
a long time.
For a very, very long time. Tolam se nie
Het
Tolam
ook
is meer
geslaan.
Tamra sewe se mense.
Het hy ooit geslaan?
Geslat. Wat geslat?
Jy sê mos jy ken hom lank.
Ek ken hom lank,
No,
ja.
did he ever beat you?
Ai, toch. Maria.
Nee, vra net.
Julle sien klaar wat toe gaan hier. You see, we've already drawn, a line in the sand now. Okay, so most of you guys hopefully have seen the video clip of the daughter of Mr. Lucky Governor filming him as she talks to him while he is paging through a telephone book.
Directory.
A directory. Ek weet nie, O'Lakes in a telephone book, what is looking in there, I don't know. But anyway, she makes allegations on air that he's been abusing her for some time. He tried to drown her, and he obviously rebuffed the allegation that I just put your head under the tap. How can I drown you while your head is under the tap?
But you can actually.
Yeah. So back and forth. The mother on the one side, and then Lucky. It seems in the video that Lucky storms forward, either trying to grab the phone or whatever. I don't know. And the mother.
You can't really see what happens when he stands up because it's off camera.
Yeah, and then the mother, you just see a shot where it seems like he's basically wrestling with the mother on the ground, like she was trying to restrain him. And this girl, I think her name is Naledi or what? I'm not
Naledi.
Naledi. she runs into her room, and the video basically ends where she's a sinjele hierdie goede.
If you haven't seen the video, it is up on Informanté Radio, on Informanté's Facebook page. Yes?
Yeah. So the question that we just want to ask today, was he right? Was she wrong? In both their actions, in her filming the father, in him doing what he was doing.
You're asking a nation that has normalized violence whether he was right or wrong.
Maria.
I mean, obviously, most people are going to say he was right because we've normalized it in the home.
Okay, that's your take to it.
I mean, we can see already what's happening.
Yeah, so kom ons hoor tog by julle almal daar buitekant as to what is your opinion on the video? What did you see? What do you make of it? Okay, but Maria has already made the conclusion for all of you. You people have internalized violence, and you guys must stop it.
Oh, sorry, just in breaking news, Biden has been elected the 46th president.
Klaar.
Just in. Fresh news, breaking news. Biden.
Who's making the announcement?
It's all over the news, CNN, everybody.
This was a fake thing yesterday.
No,
that's why I'm asking, because I'm looking at my map. My map still looks the same.
Oh, fine.
Normally with the US results, right?
No, this thing that you're showing here. Somebody posted this in one of our groups yesterday morning, very, very early. And
Can ek my phone kry?
Jy kan jou phone kry.
I want to show you.
Trump would not be at 249. Hy sal daar bly op 214.
No, but like in any case, with the results. Yeah, normally you will see.
Excited,
You will see, because basically all the big news agencies are tracking the election results in the state. So you'll see.
Oh, it's still on 264. Sorry.
You'll see them starting to basically call the race. You see CNN calls the race, Washington Post, the Associated Press, the New York Times and stuff. And then that's when you actually start sort of celebrating the news.
And I'm here giving the person that sent it to me a tough time.
Like, hey, why did you send me
I
this?
said, I even announced it on radio, man.
Weet jy nie, as jy nou kan bietjie te erastes. Hey, luister, kan julle hierdie man afhaal van ons stream?
Sal op nog blok.
Die toppie was gechops. Ama 2000 kinders.
Wie is dat nou? Lucky. So toen kom ik alleen, dat zo. I did.
Yeah, no, he was lying on the ground.
That's violence.
The mother was trying.
That is violence. The mother was violent towards.
Don't care about these people on this video.
Nee.
Exactly.
Okay. In all fairness, I think we can all joke about it. I mean, for me, look, I don't have to go into it, because I think you all know my position on domestic issues and violence. I don't believe in it. I don't condone it. I advocate against it. I don't even believe hitting children is correct. I've said that over and over. I mean, at times in this studio, it even became a heated discussion because of my no violence stance. Not physically. I don't think it's okay to physically lay a hand on anybody, unless in self-defense, not on anybody. So even a child, especially a child, and this is not even a child, this is a grown child, this is a 20-year-old, that's even for me worse. But in any event, so I don't wanna rehash this conversation. I'm just saying, I'm sharing my position. But what I wanted to say is, genuinely for me, and I think everybody can laugh about it and everybody can have an opinion about it, but my concern is, like, I genuinely hope that girl is okay. In the home, because of how I see she's deleted the thing now on her Instagram. I mean, by yesterday when we saw it, it had over 70,000 views.
70,000.
Over.
Oh.
It's a bad neskierig. We want so fun stories. So a lot of people went there to go check. No, she follows me.
Oh, okay.
The girl follows me. So on Instagram, I mean. So there's but but she took it down. I don't know when she took it down. Between last night when I saw it to this morning, could have been at any time. But I genuinely hope that the family can find some
common ground.
Some common ground, because the worst will be that this incident makes either elevates the for me it's child abuse, elevates it in the household, or something worse where she's kicked out and then she has to go out and survive in this very harsh world. In any event, I'm hoping for a better outcome for the family. This is generally what I think. So everybody can have an opinion of it. She's spoiled, she's this. I saw some people trying to slut shame. I didn't like that. But we're all entitled to our opinion at the end of the day. I mean, for me, it's always just the concern is first and foremost for her. That's my concern right now. Anyway.
My only concern here that I have with her is that, you know what, hoekom het sy nie eers haar kamer skoon gemaak voordat sy dit begin? Ek vra net. I mean, if you want to project a positive image of yourself out there, say, okay, I'm going to follow my daddy now, okay? Kom ek maak eers my kamer skoon, stofsuig, take the laundry, put it in the bin, maak my bed op. I'm a 20-year-old girl. Kom ek maak my bed op. Dan gaan ek uit, nee. Then I'm going to go confront my daddy for the abuse that I've suffered for a long time. Hardloop ek terug in die kamer and I show the people, I got a clean room.
Sien jy hoe oorig is Namibians nie? I didn't even notice that her room was a mess.
I was more concerned for the incident.
Anything, I wasn't really.
I like a clean house.
So do I, but I wasn't looking at that. I mean, with her breathing, and she said, you see my life now, and the heavy, I was focused more on that.
Yeah.
The heavy breathing that came after it, and obviously the incident, and the mother telling her, go, now let it go. I mean, that's what I was concerned for. I wasn't looking
But so Neville, like it the can of worms that sort of this issue opened was, I mean, a lot of people, let me not say a lot of people, some people were looking at the video.
Yeah.
And sort of implying that she approached the situation wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of people, actually. You can't say that word.
Of course, the father, like for instance, even when you initially shared it in the group, my initial response was, I'm conflicted.
I think we were all conflicted.
Yes. I mean, look, there's no...
I wasn't conflicted.
There's no... Yeah, but that's you.
Yeah. I'm special.
Like, I was having this conversation with Maria also yesterday. I'm like, I mean, my eldest is 13 years now, and I'm uncomfortable beating him already. So, as much as I also...
Don't mind spanking.
Ek sal altyd so sê, ek sal die kinders hulle sal voel. As hulle nie hoor is hulle voel. But I also understand that there is a certain
cut-off time.
Yeah, there's a certain cut-off time. There's a certain point where we need to start talking and coming to a mutual agreement.
Yeah.
And not me beating.
Do you beat your 22, 23?
No. So yeah.
No. Sorry, Cubase, to interject there, but I think I've even reached my cutoff with my daughter. She's 11 years old. I think the last time I gave her a good spanking was when she was 5, 6. But she was highly, highly, highly rude on this particular day. So, and she has seen what I've done to her older brothers. Okay? So, for me, at this stage, spanking has been how I was raised. Spanking is what I've enforced in my house to a certain extent. But maybe because she's a girl, the cutoff has come a little bit.
And you're older.
And I'm, yes,
we
my
were
kids.
talking about this as
my
well.
kids were also saying that.
Yeah.
My kids will say, daddy is no old man.
Yeah.
You let these kids, these small ones, get away with stuff that you normally did not let us get away with.
Yes. The youngest always gets the most soft landing. I think
the soft landing.
Yeah.
So,
like I used to offer to help my mom beat my little sister. It's like, if you don't want, I can help you. How can you just let her do that? Like, nee, los net die kind.
So jy gehou vas. Jy gehou vas.
Dis al wel slaan jy dit is like, los toch net die kind. Like our last born was now the klein sistertjie. Ek was nog geslaan.
Die ding wat jy said, help. We used to help. But as jy nie wil stilstaan nie, hou vas hy kind vir my. Sê, okay, mami. Ons het hom nou. That's say, slap.
Yeah, but the youngest, yeah, you're correct. The youngest, there's more softness with the youngest. I think people are getting older. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, I think and it would probably come out, with the comments that we see here today. It's a guy that I know, and this is what Cube say. I'm very conflicted. Very lucky. He's always been a very cool guy, and I've never seen him as somebody violent in any which way. So, and I see the video, and then again, I'm like, yo.
You said you were surprised, yeah?
Yeah,
shocked,
but
yeah.
Maybe it's because you never disrespected him.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been mutual respect. Now, no kyk ek die video nou like it's a no. So hierdie kind nou say live stream nou hierdie ding. Say, okay, I got 15 witnesses now. And now I got 20 witnesses. So, and he sits there, and I can clearly see he doesn't know what to do, how to handle the situation now. Maybe he's been called out now. There's a history of this or that. I don't know. And obviously the mother doesn't know how to mediate between the two.
She's trying to clear her name because she was dragged in it as not having rescued her in the past.
Yeah.
So this is the mother. This is the mother's position. Is like she's blaming me for not doing anything. When you are, violent towards her or abusing her, whatever.
Yeah.
So she just wanted to clear her name, is what I understand. But also you can see that the mother interjects when he gets up and he attempts to. We can't see what he tried to do to her. But obviously he ended up on the floor with the mother on top of him, and then her telling him go, because I think she knows that, so it must know. Sphira, yeah. But we don't have context. I think it's a very unfortunate incident.
Yeah.
But what I was saying yesterday on social media, and I still maintain it, is that we do need to remember that this is a different generation from ours.
Yeah.
I think that's just the first thing. As parents, I think we need to realize that.
You're still living in my house. Different generation or not?
Yeah, but okay. This is a different generation, and this generation, they will, if they'll call you out, they'll expose you, they will hold you accountable, whatever you want to say. But they are different. They're galvanized in a different way.
Yeah.
They know their rights a different way. There are certain things, and I'm not talking. I mean, when I say this generation, I'm generalizing. There are kids that will take it, and there are kids that will say, no, I'm not going to take this. So I think as parents, at some point, we need to make a decision whether we're going to parent with lots of love and care, or whether we're going to have unhealthy relationships with our children. I mean, I don't think those are the only two options, but in this type of generation, looks like those are the two main options. And at some point, we have to have these difficult conversations with ourselves. On what is the appropriate way to parent, especially in a fast-changing world with more human rights and so forth. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know it's fine. Let me leave my opinions, maar vandaag.
I think our opinions, we need to stand back here.
Yeah.
Dat is maar hoor wat sê die mense.
Die mense is ook opinions. So ons share ook onze opinions. But it's what happens in the studio elke dag. Vandaag is speciaal. Omdat je hem ken of wat. Ik ken hem niet, ik zal praten.
Hey, los voor Olex.
Ik ken niet voor Lucky of wie, ik zal praten.
As Olex.
Ja. Ik is geen plan.
Yeah, I also don't really know them.
Yeah, no.
Nou, hoe kom je niet zeggen die man is ambassador niet?
Nee, het is zo.
Context moest.
No, he's not. He's a general former. He's a former. Yeah, he went into retirement on the 1st of November. I think that was also partly why because I think he was gone. He was away from the home, and he's back now, and I think it changed the dynamics of the home. Yeah.
All right. Jay Valerie is saying the thing is usually, or as far as I know, girls are daddy's princesses. Dads don't really hit on girls unless they are really very disrespectful. My dad has never touched me, but I think this girl is disrespectful. Asino Kambikiti, Regine, the girl in IPM's voice, she will learn the hard way. She must go Zula to survive, like Gaza says. Huh? Okay, this is of course a reply to a previous comment. We're probably going to get to that. Roviera is saying it will take way too much before I touch my daughter. She really has to push me to the last limit. Like I was telling, you yesterday, Maria. Like for instance, with my boys, right? Once they reach that age of 20, I don't see myself. But Jason man, there is no more punishment. There is no baklei me. I cannot terugslaan. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if I hit him and he hit me back. But that's like I was saying, the only context in which I would even think of punishing you physically at that point is something serious, like ken die mannetjie die kar gesteel en af gaan geskryf or something like that, where you really lose your mind. But I don't see myself beating even 16, 17-year-olds.
And I was assessing this, and obviously in my household, the way that I've raised my ones, I sort of, I try to assess myself, where will I ever get physical with my big boys, even though they'll beat the crap out of me now, because I raised them to be stronger than me, faster than me. So if they would become disrespectful on another level with their mother, because I need to protect her.
Yes, of course.
And it's one of the things that I always tell my kids, because sometimes kids, they sometimes do hulle vat bietjie kanse met die Sally. En dan sal jy kan praat net met jou kinders. But if there's a level of disrespect that does come in, kyk, als sal my ook verstaan jy?
You're going to do this man to man.
Dan is it no man to man, because that's not your mother, that's my wife.
Okay. Let's bring in the element.
Not that would ever happen. Or
that Lucky sort of also threw in, or Mr. Kavanagh sort of threw into the conversation there. It's like, look, I'm like, if you can't respect me in my house, then
go.
You don't have to love me.
Yeah, you don't have you just need to respect me. This is my house, my rules. If you don't want, then you may leave. Is that an option for you, Nev?
If you don't respect me,
dan
ben je cheap.
Ja,
nee, ek voel ook so.
But we had this conversation yesterday, Kubis, and he made a relevant point. A lot of parents only say this when they know you're not going to go.
Yes, when they know you don't have an option. Yes.
But just apart from all of that, I'm seeing a lot of comments here asking me, are you saying disrespect in the houses? So no, that's not what I'm saying. But you also need to remember what is disrespectful to you is not necessarily disrespectful. I mean, again, I was having this conversation yesterday with Cubase, where I said, for example, when I give my daughter, for example, an instruction, like, just go upstairs, I don't want to see you now.
Yeah.
Just an example. She will say, no, she won't say no. She'll say, but mommy, why? She wants to understand why am I being punished? What will going upstairs? She just wants to understand. Now, if you don't know the dynamics of my home, that could be seen as disrespectful to somebody else. Because it's like, we are raising a thing. If your parents say something, you do that, you don't question anything, and if you say anything is disrespectful, I don't necessarily see disrespectful. In fact, I don't see it as disrespectful at all, because it's how she's saying it. She's not being disrespectful in her tone, but she wants to understand. And I'm the type of parent that is willing to offer her that clarity, because I'm trying to have open and transparent relationship with my kids, where we can talk about things. And I'm not on a high horse. I'm not on a power trip, like it's my way or the highway. And as XJ, tundet framini and whatever. I'm not that type of parent. But what I'm saying is, from somebody else could be like, that's disrespectful. So disrespect. Like yesterday, for example, you say the child was calling the father names. I didn't see any name calling, but she was antagonized, and she didn't say, she didn't call him Adam. She just said, if you hit me now, people will see.
Now to see, like Maria, like to understand how big of a deal that is. When she says that, the father does not even react. The mother is the one who reacts to ask, "Who's you?"
Yes.
Almost as if to say, you can't call your father that, because there's a problem in this.
And that's exactly, you're very correct. But that's what I'm saying. In that home, it's clearly disrespect.
Yes.
I'm saying in the next home, it might not be. Okay?
Yeah, but
no, I'm saying the point I'm making is discipline. I mean, disrespect it can look looks different to different people.
Yeah.
There are certain things that are you cannot deny that they are as a kind for your fluke, for example.
Yeah.
We can't debate about
Yeah.
whether that's disrespect. But I'm saying there's other tones in mannerism, language that for some people is disrespect, and somebody will say, "Hey, as maken met my so praat, Gerard, I belt kom af, finna." And the next parent says, "But no, this is still worth a conversation."
Yeah, that's the thing. Yes.
So we're different in that sense, and
Yeah.
people need to understand that we all are different in that sense.
There are times where I deliberately take the high horse mantra in my household, like you say. There is a time where I say, where they must understand it's my way or the highway.
Yeah.
And I guess again, all our households are different.
Yeah.
For me, as a man in the house, there are with certain instances I just don't compromise on it. Where I know up to now, the family can't take a decision here. I will take this decision on behalf of the family. So julle sal my hoor of julle dit nou like of nou nie like nie.
That's what it is.
That's not what it is, and they'll be sort of pedo for a few hours or whatever.
You elected me to lead.
You elected me to lead.
And it's the head of the house.
And that's it. And I will bear the consequences of the decisions that I've taken. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But it's a question of trial and error.
Look, in the household, it's not always a democracy because, especially if you are the one who's leading the house, not all your decisions are going to please everybody all the time.
No.
Yeah. It's so conflicted. You know what? The problem why I didn't even want to give my opinion on this issue is if you start pointing out, the fact that she's being disrespectful, whether you see it as disrespect or not, it kind of starts to sound like you are justifying the abuse. But don't forget that is where we started, and I think collectively in the studio we can all agree that a 21-year-old girl or 20-year-old, even 18-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl, I think physical punishment or corporal punishment, whatever you want to call it, or abuse or whatever it is in your house, there's no place for that. That is a grown girl that you can talk to. This is somebody who you can reason with. Yes. Yeah. So I don't think beating them should be the only resort.
Yeah.
But then I also understand the part that she plays in this particular incident. I'm not talking about other incidents because I've not seen them. So
but I think
22.
And I think we can kind of assess where we are as a nation if we think everything should be resolved this way. Like you're talking about a 20-year-old, you're saying there's no place for it in the household at this point because it is an adult you can reason with.
Yeah.
I mean, whether she should be in the house or not, I think she's still your responsibility. She's in university as a parent. But in any event, that's not the point I'm making. It's the fact that we've normalized this so much that any conflict in the house is like, Haslan, oh, you disrespect me. Yeah, you deserve to be beaten. Oh, you spoke back to me. You deserve to be beaten. That's how normal it is. And sometimes I would like people that are even commenting on this, just go and assess a little bit about how you view abuse or violence or whatever. Why is it always that is the resolve to everything? Disagreement, slan.
Because it worked with
whatever,
me.
slan. But a lot of people that can admit that they're not okay. Like they're traumatized. I'm not saying everything because I'm also very careful not to say that. Look, everybody that has been beaten as a child is traumatized. Not everybody is. I just feel like if you're going to parent, ultimately I'm just hoping and I'm very hopeful that all the parents that are caring for their kids, that you're not leaving your kids with scars and that you're not leaving them with traumas that will have a negative effect, not in just how they parent in the future, but also in their interpersonal relationships. Let us try to parent our kids, and if you beat, that's fine. If that's it, I'm saying even if you do beat them, I hope you're not leaving your kids with traumas and scars that they have to carry into their adulthood.
Like we were saying yesterday, there's also, I mean, we grew up also seeing the difference between discipline and abuse.
Yeah.
You could tell when, okay, you had that beating coming. Like, if I was your parent, I probably would have whooped you too.
Yeah.
But then you also saw situations where you're like, hey, these Ali can't do it, Makawe. Like, young, you know. So there's also a difference between that. And because we don't really see much on the video,
Yeah.
and of course the family already themselves are sort of in dispute over what
Yeah.
it actually is that does go on. It's also a bit difficult to.
I think for me, it also boils down to how we define trauma. Because for me, if a child grows up in a household where a child knows that my father is alcoholic, and if he comes home from his drinking sprees, as hy by die huis kom, the first thing he does is he wants food. As my ma nie kos gemaak het nie, my ma kry 'n klap. Or he pushes my mother around, he starts abusing my mother. If we try to intervene as kids, we were severely beaten. Up to a point where a child grows old enough to say, touch my mother again.
Yeah.
Okay? That level of trauma that kids grow up with is one thing for me. It's another thing where my daughter, for instance, Ayanda knows I love her unconditionally. I would do everything for her as her father. But in her mind also, Moenie met daddy sukkel daar nie.
But that doesn't always, not because of beating.
You
Even I had that.
Yeah, you
I had that
understand.
impression, and I wasn't beaten. I was
Yeah.
just like, ooh,
No,
Just a
because
copy.
what ek sê,
you saw that Toby beat your sister.
But that's not why. It's because of his voice, My pa het daai voice gehad as jy
Yeah.
verkeerd is,
Yeah.
like, tja,
Exactly.
and you knew, like,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
But that's not trauma for
Yeah.
me.
So if any child would, if my daughter would come to me one day and say, Daddy, your voice traumatized me
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Well, then, that's, I'm not saying let bygones be bygones, but there is a certain level of respect that I enforced in the house, whether it's a little beating you had as a child, kyk, jy's geslaan, and you remember that for the rest of your life, and you know you will never do that again.
Does the atmosphere at the home change when you get home?
Me,
Okay, then you're okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you will know when you're traumatizing your kids.
Like when your kids are scared of even spending time with you.
Yeah.
Because
And they
you're
want you
volatile.
gone.
Yeah.
You're volatile.
Yeah.
You snap
Yeah.
over anything.
Yeah.
You
Whether
know,
you
then
beat
that's
them or
a
not.
problem.
Yeah.
And sometimes not always beating. Like I said, sometimes you find parents that don't beat, but they also have traumatized their kids. They're just unpleasant to be around.
That's a good question you just
Yeah.
asked, Maria.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. I think that's a question that every man need to ask himself.
Yeah.
Does the mood change
When you get home.
when you get home?
Die mense is net ongemakkelijk. Everybody's. I was telling him I had a friend when it wasn't even the father. The father we were fine with.
Nee?
When the mother, as ek net die hek hoor, ek say ciao, I get out through the back door of their kitchen, ek gaan spring hier. Where the fence,
Yeah.
I jump into my head. I'm like, I get it for your money. Because the atmosphere just changes
That's a
in
good
the
question.
house.
That was days, Alice. There were some yards you knew, even as je soccer speler, as die bal in die yard ingaan. It's a wrap.
It's so true. I have two particular friends we used to play with as kids. My broer, ons speel straatsokker. As die man sien, daar kom die toppies 'n Bedford bakkie. And this is the 70s. Owens. Ek gaan join toe. Julle sien my nie. And it's like, Maria, you know what? You just dramatized something now that was. I see this in my childhood. And I'm not going to mention his name. He knows who he is. Hey, die man spring drade kaf. Om by die huis uit te kom, want die toppie.
Toppie moet by die joint gaan kry.
Die toppie moet by die joint gaan kry. I remember we would come to his house as kids. En ja, ek het nou amper sy naam gesê. Middag, uncle. Ons soek tog vir Cubase. Wat wil julle met Cubase maak? Ons wil gaan speel. Hey! Cubase speel nie hierson nie. Okay. Vat julle se draadkarre, dan gaan julle uit met jou uit. It's we are kids.
Yeah.
We are 6 years old.
Yeah.
You don't even
7-year-old.
understand why this
Yeah.
man is being aggressive towards
Why is he being aggressive towards? And I could see some of them, with all due respect, when they died, when their fathers died, you could see this yoke.
Sense of breathing, freedom.
Man.
Yeah.
It's like,
We'll
a
bury
shadow,
him.
it's like a shadow hanging over you.
Oh,
But you do not want that to become the relationship with you and your children. And unfortunately, like Maria was saying, with the new generation, they are more. They're less afraid to basically take you on.
Yeah.
So I guess as a parent also you kinda need to start loosening up and maybe trying to meet them.
Try to have a
if it's
relationship with them. Just try to have even if you
because
beat, it's
you don't
fine.
want a situation where you die and everybody is rejoicing. It's like that man is finally gone.
Yeah. My thing is
I just hope he had life insurance.
Let him at least leave us something for the pain and trauma he caused us. I was just saying, I think for me it's just important, like, you want to be your children's lifeline.
Yeah.
So you don't want them to, respect is a big thing also in my house. Right? I mean, I like to think my kids are disciplined. I am the disciplinarian. There's certain things I don't accept and they know that. I'm not embarrassed to be out with my kids because I know they're not going to embarrass me. I know if I can take them to people's houses, they're not going to embarrass me because hulle verstaan. That is reg en verkeerd. Yeah. So that's very important. And also, like I said, I was also raised in a home where respect and all that stuff was important. But what I'm saying is, till today, I know I can go to my parents for anything because they are my lifeline. They've created that relationship with me. And I'm trying to create that same relationship. I don't want my kids hiding things from me because mama or papa togan. It's a problem. It's going to be even a bigger problem than this problem I'm in. So you want to create, it's healthy parenting. Just whatever you do with
create
the kids,
it's fine.
Just create a relationship with your kids, not where they now feel they need to record you live on Instagram for 15, 20 witnesses because you don't want to acknowledge what you've done to them and you putting me under the tap and whatever, you are belting me or whatever.
Confess.
Yeah, confess. I was now the liar. So
drowning me, waterboarding me.
Yeah,
So,
but you can actually.
Which side was her face facing? Was her face facing down or face facing
If you
out?
inhale that water, you can actually die from being put your head under.
That's
tap.
waterboarding.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Maras is the waters. I mean, it's like being in the shower. Okay, Ro Vieira, this new generation is suicidal. They are living on the edge. So, Martin Emutoni, my father has never laid his hands on me, although I was a hell of a pain. Yeah, well, you're lucky you're not my child, because I would have beaten the hell out of you. Des van Wyk, my dad used to warn us for months on good terms. We love our dad and he us, but when the guy was fed up, all of us got the beating of our lives, and here we are, live and in color. All right? I do the same with my daughter. Stern warnings, explaining what makes me unhappy, etc., until the belt comes in. And that's not abuse, but discipline, because she would tell me how she was wrong and why I lost my cool. She knows I love her, but some kids, can take your soul to hell. Yeah, no, children know how to drag you to your dark place. Yeah, and keep you there also. They also know that. But I guess as a parent, like they say, you're supposed to be better, or you're supposed to know better. Braji, the lion must make his voice heard on his territory. Man is man, and man moet praat. Yeah. Okay, Vosia, I keep forgetting how to pronounce your name correctly. This is so true. No more normalizing things that's harmful. Right?
Yeah.
Abuse it cannot be normalized. We cannot normalize abuse. Yeah.
Castro Paul says, people just repeating the beating cycle they personally went through with their parents. I will always believe that talking to a child is better than beating them. Some of these constant, excessive beatings cause bad blood between kids and parents that can last for years. You want a good, honest, open relationship with your kids, not a fear-based, resentful relationship. I agree. Like, whether you beat them or not, like, you don't want a resentful-filled relationship. And I do agree, because especially with daughters, I think very important, because if you normalize beating them for when they are wrong, for everything that they do wrong, you pull out the belt, you normalize that abuse, that can unfortunately bubble over into their personal relationships afterwards, where men are beating them and they don't see anything wrong with it because they see it as a term of, as ek verkeerd is, I deserve to be beaten or I should be beaten.
Nee, ek is jou pa. That's a difference.
Unfortunately, that's just the psyche of a victim. That's the psyche of a victim.
Yeah, that's why I do not victimize my children. I just discipline them. No. All right. But like we also, as African parents, you see there's a degree to the normalcy we want of the relationship with our children. I'll tell you this story. Me and Neville are standing there, chit-chatting, and then this lady comes to come sit by us, right? And it's gesels. And then her daughter comes. Now
Whose daughter?
The lady's daughter.
Yeah.
It's a young lady.
Oh yeah, there we were.
Yes.
It's a.
And say, like in front of her mom talking about, yeah, and ek was,
Pas op, tuka.
Yeah, ek was beer drunk and what? I'm like, did you say that's your mom?
How old is she?
Maria, she comes.
Probably around a lady's age.
Oh,
Like, she comes. Me and Cubase are sitting there.
Zabur fro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
obviously-
Afrikaners, yeah.
So she comes there like. So me, Cubase, and the mother are sitting and chatting. Maar die Zaliki is ook al klaar bietjie.
No, just having lekker candid conversation.
Lekker candid conversation. Die kind kom stap na ons toe. Diep gachwala. Hallo julle. Hoe ek is hom nou peer dronk. Ek is nou peer dronk man. Ek het nou 7 Jägermeisters gehad en no, ek en Cuba is completely out of our
I blame the parents.
traditional comfort zone.
That's normal, healthy relationship. Your child doesn't hide things from you. They
Not
come
like
to
that.
you.
Not like that.
You understand?
Yeah, not like that.
No, that's not our level.
Yeah.
No, look, we're still black and African.
Sê, ma, ek is nou so peer dronk nou. Maar ek het nou 7 Jägermeisters gehad en so, sê. Ek het jou, ek ken vir jou. Jy's snaaks. Jy's effens snaaks. Maar jou is effens snaaks, hè? So, so I'm sitting there like, it's mukuru wa chimpai, sharo wa chingui. Oma chimburanga piti, kinders miskien 20 jaar oud.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah,
For that
but
society.
even that language. I didn't tell you this. Three days. Was it Monday, Tuesday? You guys didn't know, but I was tired. I get mooi geslapen and I really slept, and that's just because my next door neighbors were having couples
Tiff.
if I can call it that.
Lovers quarrel.
But that was more than that was abuse, and things were said, and it was loud. I mean, that woman must have been really angry. It's like, but it went on for hours. It was from midnight, at least for 2 hours. It went on and on. And I was scared because I'm like, I don't know if I should call the... I didn't know if it was going to get physical because I was already warned sometimes it gets physical with the neighbors. So I don't know if I should press the panic, but I'm still trying to assess whether to press the panic button, and so that my security company comes and then I tell them, go to the next door neighbors. I think something's happening, but if it's just shouting, like I can't do anything, right? So I'm like, I can't, but the reason I'm sharing this story is because they have kids in the house. That was the first thing that stayed with me. I was like, are these people arguing like that with 2 kids in the house? They've got sons. I think about 10, 12. One is 10, one is about 12 or 13. And I just thought, it's not that it's important, it's a colored couple. But I just thought, like, growing up, I never heard my parents. And I'm not saying they didn't have problems. That level of screaming was not normal in our house because I think this were my parents. I'm tired of you right now. You're not going to do this. Trying to save the kids from
Whisper fighting.
And but that's where, and the language they were also using towards each other is what I'm saying. That's where this child use that type of language in front of their mothers because it's normalized in the house. Yeah. That's also not healthy for me. In fact, that's nothing healthy about that.
I mean, different strokes for different folks, like I say. I mean, for instance, I've never heard my mom cuss.
Yeah, I've never either.
But then in other households, people are...
It's like normal.
They are cussing like drunk sailors.
Yeah.
Like from Toppie, Zali, kinders.
Allemaal vloek.
Nee, ja, allemaal vloek.
Imagine
En
a
it's
10-year-old
nothing.
swearing in the house and it's normal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's certain things I just don't find normal. That I don't find normal. My kids have never heard me swearing. I've never heard my parents swear, so it's a tradition I would hope to continue.
I've never heard my parents swear, but like for me, it's just a word. It's just a word. It doesn't carry much weight.
Nak baby virus. Weet jy, nee. Good point, Neville. Maar ou Lucky het dan na sy boek gelees. Toe kom trek die AMA 2000 dan op.
Met haar camera.
Aso sy krag het. Waar is hierdie ander comment?
Bernard Bongora het jy sê nou het sê, die toppie is ook swak. That girl will never do that to Omigo.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Hierdie kind het my bedrog.
Ja. Hoe sê en dan maar dat? As hy iets daar so wag, jy sal sien. Daar staan.
Maar my ja.
Met haar
daar gaan alles is donkey plaques. Alright guys, we haven't really read comments today.
Lees toch.
Ja,
kom eens.
Davon Nyango, I have had 6-year-old say shut up mom in a medical
Yeah, that will never happen in my house, except for there will be real repercussions for that.
You see, then I will be the one who's filming your beating for your friends. Me will be holding the phone. It's like, say again, shut up, mom. Yeah. Vosia is saying, my daughters are still sleeping. The African parent in me really wants to throw cold water on them. Praat van slaap tot die son.
My father used to wake us up like that. It's waar. My pa het ons so. Hy sal eers die lig aansit, dan gaan hy. And if he comes back 5 minutes later and jy slaap nog, jy sien jy voel net water op. It's that was abuse. I'm just kidding.
My toppie would just send die groot broer daar by ons het in die boys se kamers soos jy ken die hostel lockers gehad. Daar kom slaan nie ook teen die goeie soos hulle in die hostel gemaak. I used to get pissed off. Maar who are you going to get pissed off at?
Jou vader? No.
Nee, my broer staan net op is
nie.
Ja.
Die Zali sal nou net inkom en begin 'n stofsuig of iets. En jy ken hoe ras daai stofsuiger misschien. Like, Zali.
My broer. Ja.
As jy omdraai dan vra jy, "Oh no, was jy uit gisteraan?"
Ja.
Alright, comments guys.
Lees gou.
Baso hiso.
Wait, before you continue, Van Vic says, I can't deal with kids sleeping like they are paying rent.
Maar is ook waar.
Is waar.
Ek kan nie so slaap as jy hier betaal. Nchindo is saying communication, relationship, and understanding are important. Although some kids still might be a pain, it gives one an advantage in discipline and solving issues. At some point, constant assault becomes normal to someone.
Yeah. I agree. Well said.
You know, the one thing my mother always tells me when I tell her, "Erra mami, die kinders is stout." Sy sê my sien alle kinders is stout.
Yeah.
Jou kinders is spesiaal nie. Hulle is almal stout.
In fact, in my language, they say, in our culture, say if your kids are not naughty, they're not smart. They're less dumb.
Yeah. Oh, nee.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to get left behind.
Wait, bring out the naughty.
Yeah.
Develop a little bit. Get those motor skills going as a child. Yeah, no, really, but it's a genuine thing. It's like,
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's like, this one is a bit slow, hey? Felicity contest. Media should do proper investigation before running stories. Which media? Which story?
Investigation.
Yeah. Felicity. Glenda, I tell my boys, ek is moeg om myself te vloek. Een oor in, ander oor uit.
Glenda, true.
Glenda, hoe vloek jy die ladies se Zalia? They say that they vloek herself. Estomich, people should raise their kids. We gave birth to the kids, give them to grandparents to raise them. Granny shows them love. You take them back at later ages and you just don't know them. Get to know your kids.
Lister, sorry, Gogo. Just what Glenda... Just to add to what Glenda is saying about say vloek herself. I think my vrouw is doing the same thing at home. If the kids, peer off good enough, luister, jy moet met jou ma gaan speel. Jy moet Ga speel met jou ma. Moenie
Jy
met
maar
my-
jy's dan mami.
Jy's maar.
Sy speel nie met my, wie gaan speel met jou ma.
It's like my bra se toppie het hom ook altyd so gevloek. Hy vloek die ding. Hey, jou pa se wat man. En dan kyk hy die mannetjie, nou, by wie sal jy gaan kla?
Ja.
Ek is mos jou pa.
Okay, Glenda. I get it.
Yeah, no, those things can really drive you up the wall, I know.
Yeah.
Asino Kambikiti Erastus, oh Neville, just take your drat car and go respect the man's house. When he comes, look for his son at your house. Then create JD Toppie.
Okay, die toppie.
Yeah, stout. We need fathers like Omigu, which can beat the hell out of you.
Oh, hell no.
Laat
We definitely
Omigo-
don't need
Laat
fathers.
Omigo chill, asseblief.
Met that donkey plaques.
Yeah.
You want to be beaten with that thing at home. Now imagine if you have a volatile father who gets angry because you called him you.
Yeah, no. You guys are
Accident.
normalizing violence. Please don't do that.
You read this message, the comment by Castro Paul. All right. This is why you can come crash on people on a live platform. Jay is lekker spoiled. Jay. Ooh, okay.
Are people crashing on each other here on the stream?
Chicken must that's die.
Oh, dan ben ik van of Emutoni because it was
Martin en Regine se blooming romance here. Iemand word gebreek.
Julle brikkers.
Knuckles Jay is net 'n stout mannetjie.
Gerry is stout. Wie ek sit en lees sy comments hier nee, maar ek kan nie my lag
He always wants to throw a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
Altyd. All right.
What is he saying now again?
Look, he's talking about sugar daddies here. Roviera, the new generation. Okay, I read that one. My father never laid a hand on me. I also saw that one.
Lupi says, I was once at a house in Rehoboth. Guys, believe me when I tell you, I was cringing throughout the whole visit. The bastards can vloek, julle.
Ai.
The mom was cursing the child was also cursing back, and this was just a normal convo, no argument. Just wow.
Ja.
Luister jou ma se bloedhelikopter.
Nee, is nie eens vir jou vloekie, maar die vloekwoorde is part van die converse. It's part of the way they speak. So daar word die ingegooi en daai ingegooi en die ingegooi en daai ingegooi. And it's just the way they speak.
Hierdie endery wat hier aangaan.
Ja.
No, I guess van die Noord ons ken.
Maar like we already
julle vloek in Wambotal man.
Hey.
Nee,
Yes.
maar no, that's not.
Nee, maar julle vloek mos.
Yeah, it's not. But vloeking in the house is not a normal thing.
Ja, nee.
Nee, ons vloekie in die huisie.
Nee,
Of vloek buitekant.
glad.
But ask your kids how many swear words they know.
They don't even
They're
repeat them.
surprised.
I'm so happy they don't even say like, "Mommy, Donovan said the F word."
Yeah.
They don't even have the guts to repeat
Yeah.
that F word.
By my ook.
Of course they're not going to say it to you. I
Yeah.
never said them to my
Yes,
parents.
that's what I'm saying. That's all I need. I'm not saying you're not going to learn those
But I
words.
know my
Just
kids.
don't say them to me.
But I know my kids swear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, they're big now, so.
Nee, ag wat tog die kleintjies ook man. I think they do swear. It's just that this I don't want to sit here and say, you know, my 11-year-old daughter, she would never say the F word.
No, I mean, she's going to grow up and say it. That's not the point. She's just not saying it to me. Don't say it
No,
to my
of
face.
course.
Yeah.
But I think if they are in the little cliques.
Ek vloek ook, maar my mother's never heard me
Yeah,
swear.
yeah. No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I still feel even, Maria, at my age of 49, as ek net so bietjie in 'n plakkie is of wat ook al. I don't want to be near my mother.
Ek maak ook so.
Touch me, ma. I don't want to cake. Even if my mother comes to my house and I get a drink or two, so I have to restrain myself now. I have to limit myself because my mother is here. So because I don't want to see my mother in, I want my mother to see me in any state that she doesn't know me in.
Yeah.
I started smoking cigarettes while still living in my mother's house in high school.
Nee.
And she's never seen me with a cigarette in my
Hou
hand.
op, man.
No. She's even bought me cigarettes, maar ze heeft me nog nooit met een kooi in die hand gezien.
Nee.
Yeah, it would be probably uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's uncomfortable. She's okay with it. For me it's a bit uncomfortable. Maar het moest omdat ons eerst skelmpies beginnen leer rook moest. So that is always associated. Always start vloeking skelmpies en sulke.
I would have a glass of wine in front of my mother. That I will have.
Now I've been drinking beer in front of my mom.
So, and I even would encourage my mother because, you know, my mother, she's 72 years old. Ma, daar's niks verkeerd to have a glass of wine. In fact, it's good for your cholesterol, it's good for you. So, maar dat nog no hierdie goed drink. This is one dish. I threw a glass of wine. Dis al die trompet, die shandikau. I said, ma, nee, whoa, you don't drink a glass of wine.
Don't down it.
Don't down it. Drink it.
Ooh, if I have to see my mom drunk, I don't know what she'll do.
I saw that once.
Really? It will probably be funny for me.
Yeah, like New Year's Eve. Ek wil eintlik dodge so toe koop ek vir haar 'n six-pack.
Oh, yeah.
Soos alleen nog by die joint, die boys is besig. I'm still young back then.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, nee, ek het 'n bietjie zak mos.
But you want to break out?
Ja, ek het vir jou.
My ma drink is so, ek voel as hy
Net
net 'n bietjie.
Smirnoff Spin. Smirnoff Spin is brand new that time.
Ja, Smirnoff. Oh, het smaak lekker. Oh, sas.
Ek los vir haar 'n six-pack. Ek en die boys ons cheap. So it's rond, that's so no ganja. Voorbij. 11, not 11, like maybe between 1 and 2. Ek kom hoor, hy sit alleen nog in die sitkamer. Het is donker in die huis. Like my kind, ek kan nie slaap, die hele huis draai nou.
Die hele huis.
I'm like, ooh, Zali.
Die hele huis.
Kom ek met jou kamer toe.
Die huis is donker.
Alle ligte is afgesit. Maar sy sit in die sitkamer. 1 apple, my bro. 2 in the morning.
I can't undo as a child, because my mother, I think the only drink that she probably used to try out when I was a kid, ek kan nog die naam onthou. Ek kan onthou Onjo Esprita. Yeah. Onjo Esprita. But that was probably in the 70s. Yeah, in the late 70s when I was barely 9, 10 years old. But after that, never again.
Yeah, I also didn't really see my mom drink before. Like, I mean, there was always parties at home, but I never saw her drinking.
It's not party. Ombathara.
Yeah,
What is Bathara?
I sell the alcohol and the meat. You guys can party at my house, but you are buying.
Yeah, but you are buying.
Yeah, it's not free.
Yeah, Ombathara.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
It's like a bazaar.
Yeah, but at the house.
Yeah, it's at the house. Ombathara.
Estomi, he's saying, Cubase, you are mean, poor mommy. I desalias nga. Says nga. Bosia says, ek het die F-woord voor my ma gebruik. There was no hole to climb in. I'm still looking for that hole. My ma slaat jou getrouwd of nie. Married of not. Desali. Maria, soek jy vis. Kom net by toe.
Braji Contep.
It say, Braji, is jy 'n fish road or what? Why you are offering everybody fish?
No, I also don't like people that just make promises. Jy weet mos waar ons kantoor is. Stuur die vis.
Ja.
Trasco toe. Wat se kom offer.
Net die man wil jou nappie hê.
Damon Shander is saying, strangest thing I've seen was a mom and daughter partying together and even taking shots years back at Ladidas. But then again, some people have really cool buddy relationships with their parents. I've also seen that. Like,
I don't know. I might go partying with my daughter one day. Not drinking shots, but it's can dance.
I sit at home and I'll have a glass of wine with my sons.
Yeah.
I was children.
There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think.
I mean, yeah.
I think there's.
Look, there's a
there
difference.
Boundaries.
Yeah. There's also a difference between drinking a glass of wine at home en Ladidas toe gaan.
Ja.
Jy verstaan.
Ja, ek sal nog nie met my seuns.
En die mas 'n kort skirt is korter as die kindse.
Nou
nice.
Complain sy heeltyd by die bras like ek ken nie wat dit is al kon gemaak nie. Kan sy nie net eens toe gaan nie. And mommy is there having fun on the dance floor.
Wat is die groep se naam? That's when I realized that my sons don't want me near them. What is die groep se naam tog? This group from South Africa. Jigama baby. What is
Mikasa.
Mikasa. The first time when Mikasa was here. So the kids are like, because I want to, it's the first time Mikasa comes to Namibia. I want to go and check out Mikasa. So I'm like, ek sal braas daar gaan kry. But my sons, at that time, they didn't have their own car. So they had to go with me. No, betaal ons gaan front row. Ons sit. And so the music starts. And I'm like,
doen mos jou ding.
Die ouens kyk my en sê, daddy, Nee, ons cheap. Ek sê, no, ons is mos saam. Ons is saam. Daddy, ons wil nie met jou hang nie. Hey, jy het my gelos. I was there by myself.
Right, like they also cannot be themselves really when you're around.
Yeah, no,
like,
true. And I realize it.
Als ek verstaan ook dit.
Hulle kan nie vloekie as jy
Ja,
daar is.
hulle kan nie vloek nie, ja.
Nou kyk die man die cherries wat ek na so skelm hier so in die corner of van sy oog waar die toppie staan hier so.
Dis ook vir my. Nou kan ek ook nie ander goede kyk nie want my kinders is ook daar.
Sê hey, luister hier so. There's a reason why we left your mother at home. They almal stil hier so.
Hulle sal gaan pimp.
They is state secrets wat hulle mee ons al bribe. Heel tyd
broer.
It's like, hey, daddy, auto aan man.
Ja.
It's like, oh, onthou jy ook dat hy my casa se show.
Ai.
Hierdie Rob los my nie. Hy's nog besig met hy geld.
Wat is
Kom maar, rich auntie is stingy.
Laat sy my
Seker moet Neville Bason naam.
Sy moet my R1000 gee.
Oh, Rob, toch. Get a life.
But Maria, you shook my hand, we made a bet as waar.
I also shook Neville said, look, I'm just waiting for Neville to come through.
Los me 8.
Neville, asseblief, ek wil die man betaal.
Ja.
Asseblief.
Hey.
Like Rose, what did you promise, Ro?
Heineken.
Yeah, like the Ro. Okay, Ro, ek sal vir jou Heineken koop, then you can shut up.
I still want my man.
Vosia Alana Greenwood, Navas Ludrats. Okay, yeah, this is, I guess, one of the comments that we will see now that we've touched on. Ek het niks van my pa gehou as hy eers hy windhoek lager gedrink het nie. High maintenance. Everyone should be on their toes.
Volatile. Volatile. As ek dronk is, raak jy erg volatile. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is a very common story in a lot of homes, unfortunately.
But I say again, Maria, the question that you asked me, and I say again, if there are fathers out there,
and mothers also.
Sorry.
And ook mas.
All you parents out there, the question that you need to ask yourself is the mood changing if you enter your house?
When I get home.
Yeah.
You get
Check how your kids are
and
acting.
does it change for the better or for the worse?
Yeah.
Do you brighten up their day or dampen the mood?
Ooh, Topias is so. Het ek my huiswerk gedoen, my skoene was my skoene.
Did I take out the chicken?
Knuckles is saying, man, Neville, jy praat nou lig. Ma en dogter vry dan met 2 bras.
Huh?
Okay, that is also.
Yeah, but that is now you are giving a far left example.
That is midlife crisis on another level.
So bad. Oh, child.
Ja, maar nee, kom, ek kan ons oorkom. Ja, nee, kom. My ma sê so, sê, hey jong, nee, ons kan nie kom. Nee, bring net 'n bras aan. Sal jy ook maar.
Ons chill.
Nee. Come on, Damon, I do not second your suggestion. I will not even read that comment. Kaloi Buchter is saying, Maria, ek sien vir Angola van Rundu, Queen's Park.
Wow. Yeah, if you stand there on the riverbank in Rundu.
So Damon's comment says, Maria, pay Cubase in monthly installments, $10 every month till debt is paid off. I like your suggestion. Yeah.
All right, guys, it's time for us to go. I didn't even look up to check what the time was, but it is time for us to step out of the studio.
Sure.
As always, it's a pleasure being in the studio with you guys in the morning.
And we appreciate all your
contributions.
And it's very therapeutic, and I think the conversation was, it was right up there.
Tomorrow we can talk about corruption.
No, tomorrow we want to hear from Neville who confronted him.
Oh yes, hy was mos gevang met iemand se cherry.
Yeah.
Who was that person and who was that cherry?
Lie. You guys like to bring up stories that's not.
You brought them up yourself. Now we just want details.
Yeah. Okay, bye. Nee, you guys said you enjoy your day.
Die story was daar was ook 'n geshare in 'n WhatsApp groep waar ek kon gaan kry.
Have a good Thursday, guys.
Pictures of Neville in his boxes. You'll enjoy the rest of the day. As Donderdag so, Dirkas is going to be on air later on today. Also, don't forget, between 10 and 2, it is actually in the mix with meneer Hannes Kaufman some lekker entertainment for the next 2 hours. But of course, Dirk will be also jumping in there with the hour live stream, talking to, I believe, IOL or Trustco Finance for today. So if you are interested in furthering your education, then that is something you should definitely make sure to catch. All right, we are back on your radio again tomorrow. We have a special guest, Mr. Samuel Shines. He's apparently been working on some new music. So yeah, we're going to be chatting to him tomorrow morning.
Every day we bring you the hottest music. Ultimate and some outrageous conversations.
Did you know I get no Amber it's gesed? So are you saying Namibian men were not romantic?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Huh?
Yes.
Why? What are the values of Namibian men? Is there anything good about us?
Yeah, I'm striking up.
She is striking a blank.
You know what?
Let's get to the real thing. The mornings on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age. As you journey through life towards your retirement goal, build your wealth with Elite Save. Earn 8.5% compound interest on your investment term while choosing when and how you receive your interest returns. It's tailor-made to help you succeed. For more info, SMS Elite Save to 31844 and we will call you back. Underwritten by Trustco Life.